I originally am from Columbus, Ohio. Growing up in Columbus, we grew up in a church-going household. My mom made sure that we were in church on Sundays. And so I grew up going to, church, youth group, all those things. And so I had a semblance of faith. I had a culture of Christianity. And so that was my upbringing. And how I ended up being a cultural Christian, I don't necessarily know. I think it was just like a lot of things that we were experiencing as young people. We grew up in a really rough neighborhood. There were shootings and fires and gang violence. And I think all those things kind of stole the seeds of God's word out of my heart. There was some rockiness in my heart that needed to be carved out for those seeds to actually take root and eventually grow. Somewhere along the way, I got a little lost. When I was playing football at West Virginia University, I was an offensive lineman and a tight end. Unfortunately, I came in to W with a back injury already. And so being a Division I football player, there's a lot of banging around. Unfortunately, one of those hits led to me going to the doctors. Got all my x-rays and MRIs. Essentially, it was just saying that I had some herniated disc, and I had to really think about whether I wanted to continue playing football or not. And I started losing feeling in my legs, started getting a lot of pain and discomfort just in everyday life. Went back to the doctor, and they were just essentially saying, you can choose to play football, but you really have to think about your future and what that'll hold with your kids. And so from there, I made the decision to stop playing football. And that sent me into a spiral in a really, really heavy way. 6 months into that spiral, my brother was unfortunately killed in a shootout. And that sent me even further. But eventually, at the basement of not only my life, but also physically, I sent out one last cry to the Lord of desperation. I was riddled with depression and anger and vengeance, and I just asked him, Lord, if you can take this away from me, I'll serve you with the rest of my life. And as soon as those words left my mouth, the feelings left as well. Right after I graduated, came on staff with Fellowship of Christian Athletes, moved to Beckley, West Virginia, met my wonderful wife, moved to Virginia on the other side of the mountain. At that time is when I got to meet Pastor John and Mike Hendrickson and all the people at First Pres and develop that relationship. And so through a lot of prayer, a lot of conversations, and a lot of time and fasting, the Lord led us to take this step. I'm really excited to join First Pres and the spiritual family that exists there. There's so many people that have already poured into Kayla and I's life and my life personally, and we're excited to be welcomed with open arms to the congregation. If we can grasp the student and allow them to flourish in a relationship with Jesus Christ, we'll see his kingdom come a lot faster than ever expected. My hope and vision for the student ministry there at First Pres is really to see students love and be impacted by the love of Jesus Christ, and then share that love with all of his creation. So I'm excited to get started here at First Pres.